Hello!
Hey folks, I hope you're ready to get your geek on with the Geek Speak crew. I'm Todd Bailey, joining me tonight, my co-hostess with the mostest.
Wake Upson on Pots and Pans. Hello, everyone.
It's been a while since we've done one of these shows. Now, we did say earlier in the year that we were going to come back and try and do it at least once a month. That hasn't happened. Life's been busy. But we are back tonight, aren't we, Ginge?
We are.
Ready to go. And I tell you what, we picked the perfect night for it. Guess what's on this weekend in America, Ginge?
Oh my God! It's Comic-Con!
San Diego Comic-Con. That time rolls around quick.
Yes.
And this is one of the first time in a couple of years because of COVID that they've actually been able to have Comic-Con in person. Like
Absolutely.
people back there. And they have got rules. You've got to have a face mask.
Everything's sold out. All tickets were sold out today, and the only way to visit was just to go to the forecourt and see what was happening outside the building.
The free events outside, that kind of thing. But you do have to wear a mask over there. That you've got to be vaccinated, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, tons of creators. All of the big groups are back doing their, the movie announcements, video games. The one sad thing though, a lot of the websites, they've got all the most up-to-date Comic-Con news out of San Diego, and you scroll through, it's all, it's video games, movies, TV shows, and very little actual comic book news. And that's really, really upsetting to see because it's called Comic-Con for a reason. Talk more about comics. So we'll be doing that tonight. We're going to talk about a little bit of comic news. We can start the show off though with a sad little bit of news. Ginge, speaking of comic news.
Well, before we get that far, we've done a little bit of enhancement to the stream.
Oh, I thought you were talking about these.
Oh no.
I'm trying to be more PC tonight because this is also going out live through Kaboom Comics.
Yep.
Of course, the home of Geek Speak Live, Kaboom Comics Toowoomba, your local comic book store, www.kaboomcomicsaustralia.com. There you go. Check it out for all your comic needs. If we don't have it, hit us up. You can message us through there, and we can try and get it in for you.
And in enhancing the set, we've also enhanced some of the graphics. Helen's watching.
Hello, Helen.
Hi, Helen. Helen, look, your comment is on the screen.
Oh, is it? That's awesome.
Now you're having some problems with your iPad. Are people at home having problems with their comments on the iPad?
Just tell us, are you watching through iPad or through the PC, through home? I know my iPad here is glitching tonight for some reason. I don't know why. Who said
Scott
that?
says, hey team.
How are you? There it is. Now it's all coming up, see? You're trying to fix it for me. Look at this. This man, he's not only a great co-host, he's a fantastic IT expert as well.
Look, I'm messing with your upload.
You know what? It's not the bad touch on my iPad, is it? It just stops working all of a sudden. But no, we are going to talk about obviously some trailers tonight. You've got a trailer, including the worst trailer of 2022 thus far.
Yes. I saw a tweet only the other day, and they went,
and then you played it for me, and I went, yep, that takes the cake thus far. Worst trailer of 2022. We're going to talk about that. We've got a trailer for the new Dungeons and Dragons movie. Which I haven't seen yet. You've watched it. I'm going in cold, so I'll be with you folks tonight. If you haven't seen it, we're going to watch it all together. What else have we got?
Scott says he's watching on the PC, and the comments showing on the screen. Very impressive. Look, Mum, I'm on
TV. You'll have to make sure, everyone, that your profile photo looks really good, because that's what it flashes up to.
Hey, look, Todd Bailey's watching too. Evening, folks. Who's ready to get their geek on?
That fella.
Hi.
What's that fella? He's weird.
Oh, look at that Wade Copson. Hi, everyone.
That guy's even weirder. Anyway, I looked.
Some sad news
today. Now I'm a child of the. You and I, a child of the '80s. When we were teenagers was the '90s, and that is to me when some of the best comic books were coming out, some of the best movies, TV series. Some of the best comics that I just mentioned though were written by Alan Grant, a legendary British writer. He was well known. He started his career in Scotland, writing over there in Scotland. He ended up doing 2000 AD, and then he was part of what they called the British invasion in the late 80s that came to American comics, including Neil Gaiman and Alan Moore and guys like that. And sadly, he passed away last night, 73 years of age. Alan Grant, he had put such a massive career of awesome stories out there for fanboys and girls alike, including one of the longest runs, continuous runs on a Batman title. He was on Shadow of the Bat for a long, long time. He was collaborating a lot back in the day with Norm Brayfogle, one of my favourite artists, who sadly passed a couple of years ago as well. All the greats, Jins, they're all dying. It's sad to see. We lost Tim Sale about a month or so ago, 2 months ago.
Yes.
We've lost George Perez, Neil Adams this year. Yeah, so the comic art community's taken a real hit this year. A lot of the greats are sadly passing on. But yeah, that was a real kicker for me today. When I saw that news, I must admit I was pretty upset because I was a massive Alan Grant fan. He wrote some of the best Batman comics of the 90s. So there you go. Anyway, so that's the sad part of the show to kick it off. We're going to talk about
thanks for that.
Well, I had to get the sad stuff out of the way so we can talk about the rest of the good stuff and keep you entertained here on Geek Speak Live.
Scott says, man, I loved Alan Grant's work. Definitely an end of an era happening.
It was very much, yeah. Like I say, all the old school guys they're all hitting that age. We're no spring chickens. Ginge.
Hang on. Yeah, we are.
Do you realise this is an anniversary this year as well? Because we technically kicked off a lot of Geek Speak in 2012.
That makes us 10 years old. Double digits.
Geek Speak is 10 years old.
My God.
You know,
you'd think we'd know how to do this by now.
It still can't grow hair on its face, Geek Speak. We can. We do enough of it for everyone. Actually, I said to you before, I sat there before the show and I started playing with it. My moustache is getting awfully long. I said, Ginge, do you think I should start curling my moustache up? And what did you say to me?
I said, no.
Yeah.
No.
But why? Who did you say I look like?
You look like this. You look like buddy Robotnik, the bad guy out of buddy the Sonic the Hedgehog computer game.
If I got some stuff in there and started
I'm looking at you, looking at you on screen doing no.
No, it doesn't look good.
Ladies and gentlemen, comment below if you think you should.
Should I do the Dick Dastardly?
Well,
there you go. Should I do the Dick Dastardly and start curling this upwards or something?
Oh man,
like
you look like you should be in the Magnificent Flying Machine.
Yeah, well, that was a cool movie. They go up to the up. They go down, down. Right, we are going to talk about some latest graphic novels later in the show as well, including New Hulk, Great Spawn Trade, and for those who have seen it, we're also going to talk about Thor. Have you seen the new movie? I have. Have you?
No, I haven't.
Probably a good thing. I did not like it, but we're going to talk about more about that soon. Just teasing this, but that is a cool one we're going to talk about as well.
Yeah.
Ginge, what have you got for me?
Well, firstly, with San Diego Comic-Con, all the action figures and all the really cool stuff is being announced.
Yes.
We did see that some Bat merch is coming out. Yep. Check this out. This is the new Bat computer. Now, not only the Bat computer, but you see on screen Batman there. That's going to be a new collectible, along with the gargoyle to the right of the screen.
Now, that is actually a Hot Toys. That's a Hot Toys action figure. That's not a statue. I showed you before the Sideshow statue, which is essentially the same sculpt for Batman, but it's him with that kind of gargoyle. You know, remember at the cathedral?
Yep.
And he's coming down the stairs. The stairs are all broken because he's got the cracked stairs underneath him. It's essentially the same sculpt, but that there is actually a Hot Toys action figure, like a large-scale figure.
And then, but the problem is that this is a pending approval, this Bat computer. But dude, look at that. How freaking awesome is that?
Ginge, I need to have this in my collection.
I do too.
I need to have it. I want to have it.
I do too.
Wifey, can we put that on my Christmas list? If she's watching at home tonight. Maybe? It looks good. It does look good.
What do you think? Tell us down below. Scott says, Scott, you've written so much text. We have hit the age that our parents experienced when they saw Sinatra, Dino, Cary Grant, and those great passing on. We've lost James Caan and more.
Yeah, James Caan.
Going to see a lot more of that in the next couple of years.
Sadly, I think you are dead right, sir. Very sad. But anyway, we're not going to dwell on the sadness tonight. We're going to dwell on the happy stuff. Because you haven't had us for a few months. And
that's probably happy for the people at home watching this.
What else you got out of Comic-Con for us?
Did you check out that the poster for Prey, the new Predator movie?
Now explain this to me. I'm not a Predator fan. I don't watch the Predator movies.
It looks like it's another reboot, completely getting away from anything that's happened before.
Yep.
So essentially this is the Predator versus American Indians.
So it's a prequel, and it's set back in what, 17 something or other, 16 something or other.
I guess so. But I did see a little snippet from the trailer that was released, and it looks like there's a pirate pistol. So we're thinking it's getting
Okay, we're thinking possibly 16 something or other. Okay, very cool. You gonna go and see that?
Yeah. Reese just said fancy. Our comments come up on screen now. Yeah, they do.
Hey Reese, how are you?
Thanks for watching.
Yeah, Prey. Down his way. He's down in New South Wales. It's freezing down.
Well, I mean those New South Wales people. They sneak in with the humans. The problem is with this Prey Predator movie.
Yep.
It's going straight to streaming.
This is going to be a common occurrence, though. There's another thing we're talking about soon in the show that's going straight to streaming, and there's a good reason why. But there is a new Predator comic kicking off from Marvel in the next month or two as well. Yeah, because Marvel's got that. There was a bit of a. They actually advertised a new series last year.
Okay.
We took pre-orders for it, everything else. They put it out there, and then they quietly went no, and they cancelled it because there was something going on, with the deal when they bought Fox.
Yes.
But there was something to do with the rights to Predator that Marvel had gone, we're doing the comic, and then suddenly Disney went, whoa.
You're not doing that.
No, hang on. And it got cancelled, but they've resolicited it. Again, it's all sorted now, and that's coming out in the next month or so. We will see a new Predator series from Marvel Comics.
Interesting.
Yes. Now, do we do it? Do we just talk about the...
Reese has just gone, New South Welshman unfollowing his... Fine.
It's not the ticker tape.
Do it, dude. Do it.
Yeah.
You people now have the power to have your comments in the show.
Maybe. What have we done?
Oh, I don't know if we should have allowed this because they'll be putting up some comments that shouldn't be allowed.
What's the line? Just because they could didn't mean they should.
Yeah. just like from Jurassic Park. Yeah.
We probably shouldn't have. Anyway.
Should we just do this?
Let's
rip
just
the
do
Band-Aid off and...
I like Rob Zombie, right? And
I like his music.
I like a lot of his music.
I went and saw House of a Thousand Corpses years ago in the cinema.
Did you? I never did. I never saw House of a Thousand Corpses, so...
it was full on.
I've never seen The Devil's Rejects. But they mentioned that he was doing the Munsters. Now, and this is the thing. I have watched who was it? Eddie Izzard and
Jerry O'Connell.
The Mockingbird Lane.
And you said it's amazing. And we've spoken about this on the show. I have been trying to track down a copy of it.
It was like a movie, the TV special.
The movie-length pilot of the series.
For a TV show, and it never got picked up. And I remember watching it a few years back going, and I think I even said it on a Geek Speak episode years ago, like, this thing's amazing. And then when they said Rob Zombie's doing the Munsters, I went, oh yeah?
I'm in. Now we showed...
Someone just played me the trailer before.
Yeah. Now we saw the teaser a little while ago and it was all in black and white and I went, you know what? I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in.
And now he's out. He's literally... There's a dust outline of Ginge. He ran that fast after he saw this trailer. We're going to play it for you. Tell us what you think at the end.
Zombie, the director of House of a Thousand Corpses, Halloween, and The Devil's Rejects, brings you the greatest love story ever told.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that.
Think of it. The brain of a super genius transplanted into the body of a perfect physical specimen.
I want a man that makes my blood run cold. A man that every time he enters my crypt, it's like a stake through my dead black heart.
I can whip you up a humpy down in the lab.
Oh no. Remember what happened last time?
He was battered.
I'm gonna go.
Okay.
I'm looking for a vision, a queen, true love.
And what exactly do you want?
Is Herman Munster in there? I knew the moment I laid eyes on you that you were special. I understand if you don't feel the same. I'm just a regular gal living a boring, normal life.
If there's one thing I know, is that the rest of the world melted away as soon as you appeared in my life.
It seems Miss Lily is truly in love.
Oh, come on. You know and I know that we gotta get rid of that bozo Herman Munster.
Greetings from Transylvania. That's a strange way of saying hello.
Oh, I guess we're gonna have to get used to it.
What the actual...
What the ever-loving love
Oh my
muffin.
God, what was that? It looks like a... it looks like the old Power Rangers TV.
It did.
It
Looks like a 90s sort of telemovie, TV series.
There's nothing movie quality
it's
about
not cinematic, is it?
No, and I'll tell you what, that acting is... probably Grandpa's probably the best.
The guy playing Grandpa is doing a really good... The voice is really on point.
And you know what bugs me a little bit? Rob Zombie does a Kevin Smith, where his wife's got to be in everything he does. It's like Kevin Smith with his daughter Harley and his wife. They've got to be in everything they do, and that shits me after a while.
Yeah, Danny Bailey, it's giving Plan 9 from Outer Space 5. Yes!
That's exactly what Ginge just said
Which is interesting because the witch, or the woman they visit dressed up like a witch at the end is Elvira.
Oh, really?
So,
there you go. But I think Ben said something
says...
there.
I like how it's maintaining classic old movie vibes. Yeah, which is interesting because I heard this last night that people said, do you think this is a piss take? Do you think this is like the movie within the movie? Because apparently they go to Hollywood. So is this... But then the guy said, there was a guy from in the movie industry, he said, if it was, you have to then release the proper trailer within 24 hours because that's
not a good trailer for that. If that's the case, this leads you up the garden path.
So much so that they are now saying that the reason it's been bumped straight to streaming, straight to Netflix, is because of the reaction to this.
Originally, it was meant to get a small cinematic release. It wasn't a limited cinematic release. But that's gone. It's going straight to Netflix,
which is interesting because Universal Studios owns Peacock, which is the NBC streaming in America. It's not even going to their own streaming. It's going. We don't want this at all.
Hey, Netflix.
Netflix, you want this? Yeah, we'll take it.
Oh my God! But I tell you what, I will watch it when it comes to Netflix. I can't help myself.
Reese just said plot looks like it'll make more sense than most of Riverdale.
That's true. Now, speaking of what you just said as a piss take.
Quick, Scott. Yes, nailed it. It reminds me of Beetleborgs, the TV show.
Look, I've got to talk about it. I've seen Thor. Have you guys... You said you haven't.
I've not seen it, but I don't think I want to see it.
I'm not going to do spoiler. I'm not going to do any spoilers. All I'm going to say is simply when you said it feels like a piss take.
Yeah.
That feels like what Taika Waititi has done with Thor.
The entire movie.
The whole movie. It felt like an overlong sitcom episode.
Okay.
It was, and this is not just me. This is also the feedback from critics who have watched it and have gone. The movie didn't know what it wanted to be. Okay. It was a mixture of a rom-com and it was frantic. The whole mixed between genres.
Oh, okay.
Was it a family-friendly like Thor's going to save all the children? And then you go right, it's an action film, and then it's this, and it's like, and it didn't really have a great tie together, if you know what I mean. Like picking up what I'm putting down. I'll tell you the highlight of it was Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher.
Yep.
He was a fantastic villain.
Cool.
It was a shit film. And Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe plays Zeus. And if you were a Greek person, you would be offended by how horrible Russell Crowe does this Greek impersonation.
Yeah.
It's trash. It must be a thing. When you pick up an Asgardian weapon, it must make you dumb, right? Because Jane Foster is this fantastic physicist, scientist, right?
Yep.
The minute she gets an Asgardian weapon, she gets meow meow, right? Because we can't say Mjolnir properly around here, so we just go meow meow, right? As soon as she gets it, and there's not even a real cool thing of how that comes to be. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Like, it just is.
It happens. There's a little explanation. But it's not cool.
Is it magic? If it's magic, I am so out.
Well, it is Asgardian magic to a degree,
come
right?
on, dude.
Right, because and I'll just say this because it's not ruining anything. But Thor gets drunk one night and is talking because he talks to his weapons apparently. And this is another thing.
You? If it gets cold enough, anything
at my place stays at my place. But seriously, he talks to his weapons.
Okay.
And he got drunk one night and he says, "Oh, promise me, Mew Mew, that you'll always look after Jane." And a little rune appears, like a magic rune on the side of Mjolnir. And so, ever since that's how she is able to wield the hammer and everything else.
Okay.
Right? Because he's obviously, he's got, was it Stormbringer now, the axe. And it gets jealous because when Mjolnir comes back, and this is what I mean, it's such a piss-take movie, he'll be talking to like, oh, do you miss me, the Mjolnir? And Stormbringer starts acting up, and they need it because it's like a channel for the Bifrost and all this kind. And it's just weird. Right?
Okay, so his weapons are like jealous girlfriends.
It's just, I actually liked Ragnarok.
Yep.
Right? And I thought Taika Waititi did a good job with Ragnarok. On this, he's just doubled down with a piss take.
Yeah.
And so, look, I've got a lot of customers who have loathed it like me. There are a handful of others who have liked it and gone, I got what I wanted out of it.
Okay.
Right? I'm just probably sick of really dumb Thor. I kind of want Thor to be...
I want Shakespeare Thor as opposed to Homer Thor.
Yeah. No, not quite. I just want, this is the guy. He's an Asgardian god. He is the god of thunder. I want a little bit more respect for for Thor, the god of thunder. And they don't. It just keeps spiraling down how do we make him such an absolute buffoon?
Yep.
And like I said, Jane, as soon as she picks it up, she gets a bit dumbed down as well. So it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, anyway.
Reese said, I didn't hate it, but it felt like filler. Also, Russell Crowe slightly racist.
Yeah.
Ben's then said, I honestly prefer a better movie push from DC in the coming years.
Yeah, same. I'm looking more forward to Black Adam. I'm looking forward to eventually when it comes out, the Flash movie, the Flashpoint one.
Reese had just gone, DC Universe is in trouble. Thanks, Ezra Miller. I was going to gloss over that.
I'll quickly give a rating on Thor. If I had to rate it out of 10, it seriously gets a 3 from me.
Really?
Yeah, that's how low. I probably will not watch it again even when it hits streaming.
Wow.
I thought it was absolute rubbish and trash, and I thought Taika Waititi, don't give him another film with Marvel characters because he's just going to piss tank it again. But talking about the DC universe and the movie universe, Jim Lee today at San Diego Comic-Con.
Jim Lee, you...
Just call him a prick. Just call him what it is. He has flat out come out and said, because there's been a whole bit of a rumbling in the last, week, where Warner Brothers are trying to distance themselves from Zack Snyder a bit and the success of the Snyder Cut by going, we did an internal investigation and turns out there was a lot of bots that voted and pushed the narrative online.
Was it Russia, was it?
Oh, it must have been Russia. There's all these bots saying that Zack Snyder, we want the Snyder Cut, but it was all bots.
It wasn't real people.
And yet the Snyder Cut was hugely successful.
So much so that Warner Brothers are releasing a physical copy Blu-ray that you can... Yeah.
Yes, but this week, I said they're trying to distance themselves. It comes to San Diego Comic-Con. Jim Lee fronts it for DC Media and flat out says there are no plans to have Zack Snyder back directing any DC films, and they are not doing anything else with the Snyderverse. So to me, all those rumblings about Ben Affleck coming back to do a HBO Max
and there was also talk
series.
This week of an announcement of Man of Steel 2.
Well, Henry Cavill
was supposed to be at Hall H. Yeah?
Yep. To me, his Jim Lee statement makes it very clear that no, there is going to be no Snyderverse.
Yep.
It means those characters, Ben Affleck as Batman, Henry Cavill as Superman, are done and dusted. But yet they're saying Gal Gadot is coming back for a Wonder Woman 3. And Patty Jenkins is directing. Oh my God, that's going to be just trash. But anyway, so is that not considered part of the Snyderverse? Is Ezra Miller's Flashpoint, is that not considered part of the Snyderverse?
Well, wasn't Ezra Miller in Justice League, which was directed by
Zack Snyder?
I'm just saying.
This is what I mean. I just thought, to me, I think DC's making, Warner Brothers, DC, are making a huge mistake because obviously there's enough fans out there who we enjoyed Zack Snyder's cut. The wife and I sat and watched it and went, holy hell,
it was amazeballs.
This movie makes a lot more sense now.
It was amazeballs.
I don't know, it just feels really like they're cutting off their nose to spite their face. They seem rudderless. The comic company, the publishing company seems very rudderless. Here's another bit of San Diego Comic-Con news for you. We're 2 issues into Dark Crisis, right? Which is a bit of a crossover event happening with DC at the moment.
Okay.
We're 2 issues in, 3rd issue comes out in a couple of weeks. They announced at San Diego Comic-Con that from issue 4 onwards, for the rest of the series, it's going to be called Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Hang on.
They've now said it's the official sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earths, the classic DC tale. They didn't solicit it as that before this came out. They haven't said it when the first two issues have come out. They've gone from issue 4, we are adding to all the books, and it will be known as Dark Crisis on Infinite Earths. Right?
Okay.
They are reprinting issues 1, 2, and 3 with the new thing. So people who have already bought it are going to go, what?
Now are those comics going to be like the Revenge of the Jedi posters that were before they changed the title?
Who knows?
Are they going to be worth money?
This came out overnight, and in the international comic retailer forum, oh my God, retailers just tore DC to shreds. They're like, why did you not come? Why is this a sudden thing? Why did you not say this? Why have you put solicited and put the first couple of issues out without this as part of it? And why didn't you actually say to people before they bought the series or ordered it that this is the official sequel to Crisis on Infinite Earths? Why would you do that? That's marketing 101.
Like they do have meetings, right? They do go, hey, this is the idea.
I think DC completely, like Warner Brothers, DC Comics, they all seem to be a bit rudderless at the moment. It's like they don't know what they're doing. Like, where are we going with this? What are we going to do? They've had certain hits. Peacemaker, the TV series, was fantastic. I loved it. Right?
Well, Reese said Ezra Miller was in Peacemaker.
A glimpse at the very end of the episode kind of thing. Yeah, a little cameo. But you know what I mean? Like, it just feels very lost.
It's almost... I would almost suggest they were spitting at a wall and seeing what sticks, but they're not even doing that.
It's not.
They're not even doing that.
It's not the scattergun effect. If it is, it's failing. They've got salt shot in it instead of pellets.
It's not sticking.
No.
And what's shooting isn't the best implement.
There's no gunpowder. It's like pan. How's it go? He goes pan. Anyway, but yeah, that's also news out of Comic-Con at the moment. But in saying that, I have got some DC comic news that they announced that I'm a little bit excited about, Ginge. Now, it is Tom King, and you know I have issues with Tom King as a writer, okay? But he's teaming up with one of my all-time favourite artists, Phil Hester, who, if you've ever read the Kevin Smith Green Arrow run, Phil Hester was the artist on that.
The Hood.
I love Phil Hester as an artist. Anyway, they are teaming up for this new book here, Ginge. I'll let you bring it up. I'll just bring up my
Gotham
notes.
City Year One. Tom King, Phil Hester, Eric Kabur, and
Geordie Belair. Now, it's going to be a 6-issue origin story of Gotham City. It's launching in October of this year, and it will describe how the once glamorous and glorious city of Gotham turned into the current cesspool of violence and corruption. Now, it takes place 2 generations before Batman, with Private Eye Slam Bradley getting wrapped up in a kidnapping of the century when Helen, heir to the Wayne Empire, disappears in the middle of the night. And so begins the hard-boiled epic tale of a man living on the edge and a city's descent into madness. Now, 6-issue mini, as I said, Tom King, take him, love him, loathe him. Some of his stuff, I'm enjoying his Batman Killing Time story at the moment. I think he is suited when he does the shorter runs. They are actually quite good. His 12-issue runs, too drawn out.
He's got a good idea for a story.
And then he just drags it. Whereas there's 6 issues, I'm kind of keen that he's going to do a good job. Phil Hester on the artwork, Geordie Belair doing colours. This sounds good. And Slam Bradley is a cool character who Batman has interacted with. Like Slam, this will be Slam in his prime time. Batman in a lot of comics, you know, in the last, 30 years, if he ever interacts with Slam, Slam's an old, grizzled, old gumshoe detective kind of thing. So this will be Slam in his prime. And I think this is going to be fantastic. So make sure you pencil that in. It won't be up for pre-order for another 1 or 2, probably another previews away. And then we'll be able to take pre-orders for that.
Cool.
And what I said was called Gotham City Year One. This is going to be one to keep your eyes on.
There's the cover for it. Gotham City Year One.
Looks freaking cool.
Very, very cool.
Now, the other thing I want to talk about, some comic news from San Diego. Now, you and I had a little moment before. Right?
Oh, God.
We had a moment, me and my buddy.
Don't tell people this. We had a moment off screen.
I don't want to be seen as just promoting DC here. So this is a bit of Marvel news from San Diego Comic Con. Marvel have announced they are doing a new Miracle Man series. Okay?
Yes.
They're ringing in a new age of Miracle Man. Now, for those who don't know, do you want to bring up the image? This is the shot they've put out.
Miracle Man.
Where so originally, do you want a little bit of background for Miracle Man, where he comes from?
Well, he was born within a miracle?
No. Miracle Man began in 1940. Fawcett Comics published Captain Marvel. That was the character that would soon outsell Superman in the US and the UK.
Was he magic powered?
It's Shazam. That Captain Marvel. That's Fawcett Comics, right? Now, in 1945, a law prohibited the import of US comics, and Fawcett lost a lawsuit filed by then DC Comics, right? And they had to cease publishing Captain Marvel. 1954 rolls around, and Mick Angelo starts publishing Captain Marvel stories and just changes the name to Marvel Man.
Yes.
Introducing a Marvel Man family in 1956. This continues until 1961 when Angelo's company folded. This is in the UK, by the way.
And didn't he take just the original art and reprinted it?
And changed colours on it, I think, yeah. Then came 1982 and the beginning of Warrior in the UK, which is a comic magazine in the UK. At the recommendation of writer Steve Moore, publisher Des Skind hired a young up-and-comer called Alan Moore
That's a name I may have heard of.
To write Marvel Man stories. Right, so that's what he started out as, Marvel Man, beginning in 1982. So Alan Moore and Gary Leach began the first of their 8 issues, which is, I think, known as the Golden Age or the Silver Age. I can't remember. Right, they did that, and of course, they stopped, and then Eclipse Comics in the US began publishing his stories, and he kept going. So it stopped in the UK, but he kept doing it in the US, and it lasted through till, I think it ended with Eclipse's issue 16 of the series, right? And then in 1990, Neil Gaiman takes over, teamed up with Mark Buckingham, and that's why Gaiman was doing 3 story arcs. It was going to be the Golden Age, the Silver Age, and the Dark Age, right? Gaiman gets through to issue 24 before Eclipse Comics imploded in 1994, went belly up, right? Issue 25 has been completed but never been published, right? Okay. The artwork is done. It was this thing, right? And then it begins what they call the Age of Limbo, because Todd McFarlane supposedly bought the rights at an auction.
Yes.
Right? Todd McFarlane was going to bring Miracle Man, because they had to change the name.
From Miracle Man?
From Marvel Man to Miracle Man in the US. And so then he got it, and there was a bit of argy-bargy back and forth over rights, and so he started going, I'm going to call him the Man of Miracles.
And
he was going to tease a whole thing, he was going to bring him into the Spawn universe. He actually released an action figure, Ginge, you've got that there to show.
Now that's the one there on the left of screen, in the blue tights?
That's a statue, that's the classic Miracle Man. I actually own that statue myself. That I hunted for years to get one of those, and I tell you what, it is freaking sweet, that statue. I love that statue. But the one on the right, again, bring it up. That's the McFarlane action figure. You and I both have these.
I have that, and that would have to be one of the best sculpted figures
action
that I
figures
have got
around. It is phenomenal.
So cool.
But when he brought the packaging out and everything, it was Man of Miracles, is what he was known as, right?
Yes.
And so everyone, like this is early 2000s by this stage. Now, during the 90s, when Wizard was coming out, Miracle Man was this ghost of a thing where, like, it was the hottest back issue on the market. Anyone you talk to, they'd do stories about, is Miracle Man going to be brought back? Is Neil Gaiman going to finish his Silver Age and Dark Age storyline? Blah, 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 blah. And it was something that just kept being fueled. And it was this white, like, the white ghost kind of thing, grey ghost.
It's out there. It's out there.
Yeah, when's it going to happen, right? And then we hit middle of the 2000s, I think around 2008, 2009, something like that.
That's a long time ago now.
It is.
When you think about it.
And of course, there's the ongoing legal issues with Todd McFarlane and Neil Gaiman, right? Court favours Neil Gaiman. Neil Gaiman gets the rights back to Miracle Man / Marvel Man, right? He makes a deal. And so does the estate of Michelangelo, because Michelangelo then came out, his estate, and they've gone, well, hang on, Mick actually owns a chunk of this as well. And so they've done a deal, and Marvel Comics now have the rights. Todd McFarlane lost everything, right, to do with it. He can't do Man of Miracles. He can't do anything that looks like that, right?
I'm glad I got my action figure.
So Marvel, quite a few years back, when I say, like early 2000s, like mid-2000s, started reprinting a lot of the stuff into hardcovers, these beautiful hardcovers, but they were pretty pricey. Anyway, it faded. We're going to do a series. Didn't happen. Now they've announced this. They are doing a series. There's going to be a one-shot coming out in October, which is a whole bunch of guys, including Jason Aaron, the famed Thor writer at Marvel. He also writes Avengers Monthly at Marvel. He is on board to do some of the story. I think Donny Cates, Neil Gaiman's coming back to do a bit of story. And this thing is going to be huge, right? Miracle Man is going to be it. So keep an eye out. Your local comic shop, the one here in Toowoomba as well, Kaboom Comics, will be soliciting that one. If you've ever wanted to read this, they are also reprinting a bunch of other Miracle Man stuff.
Okay.
So you'll be able to go back and get some of the classic stuff, and they're bringing out obviously the Golden Age, the Silver Age stuff again, the Neil Gaiman, Mark Buckingham, and then you'll be able to pick up. Now, I'll be honest. I got given a digital copy of the collected editions years ago from Marvel.com, right? As a retailer. And I read them. I hate reading books digitally, but I did read them at the time, and fucking pretty good story arc. Wow. Yeah, like I enjoyed it for what it was, and I kind of went, I want to see the rest of this finished.
Cool.
Right? And now we probably will. So when they do the graphic novels, we'll be stocking them for sure. But yeah, this has all been announced at San Diego Comic-Con. There'll be more information available soon, and when it is, we'll definitely share it through Kaboom. And you're going to want to jump on board because I tell you what, you just go look at those statues again, and the statue and the action figure. How freaking cool is that design?
Like the Man of Miracles leather jacket and motorcycle.
It just looked awesome, didn't it?
Yeah,
I love
so cool. Scott said, I absolutely would love to read a McFarlane iteration.
Sadly, we will never see that, Scott, because, like I say, McFarlane lost all the rights. And he lost the rights to Angela. Medieval Spawn.
That's bullshit.
How can you have Medieval Spawn without Spawn? And yet the court went, no, Neil Gaiman owns Medieval Spawn.
That's like saying, it's Todd. Yeah, no, but there's also Cowboy Todd.
Yeah, but you own the rights to Cowboy Todd.
No, hang on.
You don't own the rights to Cowboy Todd?
Just because I put a cowboy hat on?
Yeah! Anyway, so that's the comic news I've got for you. Now, you've got another couple of trails or a trailer for us?
I do, but I just wanted to quickly see what people were saying at home.
We're over a half hour into the show already.
If you've got any comments, let us know in the comments below. It'll pop up on screen. Now, with the new set we designed, with a bit of blue light behind us, but I think we pop out with this blue.
Yeah, what do you want to do?
I was just saying, I changed it to red when you were talking about Marvel.
Oh,
so Marvel's red. Now,
so if I was talking about Image Comics, would it go green? So we could do green for Image.
Do green for Image?
Yeah. Blue turn the lights out for Dark Horse.
You're saying it's just going to be black?
Yeah. That's how we used to colour code things in the shop. For Dark Horse was black, Image was green, I think. Obviously blue for DC, red for Marvel. Yeah.
Or you could do something really crazy like this. Oh my God, we're at a party. We could do some singing. No. Yes?
We'll give someone at home an epileptic fit with the flashing lights.
Just to be the next to be with you.
And now he's going to sing.
No? Okay.
Now he's going to sing. Anyway, trailers. You have got... Now, my wife sent me this today. We're doing the D&D one. I never thought that I'd be interested in seeing a Dungeons and Dragons.
Now, it's interesting because... do you remember I'm saying a couple of years ago, but it's longer than that. Yeah. There was a Dungeons and Dragons movie released, and essentially it was straight to VHS.
Was there?
Jeremy Irons is in it.
Really?
It's...
I've never seen it. I never even knew it existed.
So,
yeah.
I saw a tweet today, and I'm a little concerned that they're making stuff up.
Yeah,
because I watched this trailer and I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah.
But they said the Monsters trailer is going to win worst trailer of 2022. And then comes along Dungeons and Dragons saying, hold our mead. Here's the trailer.
Really?
Ladies and gentlemen, tell us what you think. I actually thought it was pretty good.
I have not seen it. This is me seeing it cold with you folks right now.
Here's the thing. We're a team of thieves. And when you do this, you're bound to make enemies. Sometimes those enemies come looking for revenge. Truth be told, we helped the wrong person steal the wrong thing. We didn't mean to unleash the greatest evil the world has ever known. But we're gonna fix it.
So how do we pull that off? Figure it out over a drink?
Probably best.
You need Kool-Aid!
They give us a fighting chance. We're gonna need strength. You got this, right?
I know you don't.
We also need courage, magic, and you. What is that again? It's an owlbear.
Let's go!
Be warned. There is evil here.
I'm glad he's on our side.
This one's dangerous. But whatever happens,
exactly that you bring to this?
I'm a planner. I make plans.
You've already made the plan, so
If the existing plan fails, I make a new plan.
you make plans that fail.
No.
He also plays the lute.
Not relevant.
I think it looked pretty cool.
That looks fantastic. That looks like a fun fantasy rock.
Yes.
I didn't know Chris Pine was in it.
Yes.
And that's Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant. in a
Michelle
Dungeons-
Rodriguez?
Yeah, Dungeons and Dragons movie with Hugh Grant.
It looks all right.
I think I'm going to be there. If that's coming to the big screen, that is going to cinemas, right?
From what I understand, it's going to cinemas, yes.
Good, because I want to see that on an IMAX screen.
Reese is going, is Chris Pine's career in the toilet now? That's not fair.
Oh,
That's not fair.
Reese.
It actually looks all right, dude.
Sorry, VMAX. I want to go and see that in VMAX.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic. I love fantasy stuff. I like magic-y kind of...
Scott said, I saw that 2001 in the cinemas in Canberra. It was bad.
Oh, really? Really? I've never known about that movie.
Jeremy Irons is in it.
Until you said about it tonight.
Yeah.
There you go. But that one there.
It looks good.
Oh, chalk that into your diaries.
I thought it was cool. I thought it looked
If
cool.
you ever want to start playing, folks, come to Kaboom. We have a D&D section here.
Wow,
We've
what a
got
segue.
I know. How good was that?
Anna Corey, your heart
and
out.
you just ruined it. No. We do have we've got all the basic books you start with, and in the next couple of weeks we'll have all the starter. You can actually get like a really cheap, like $25. There might even be a new one that's slightly even better, for $35 or something. Like a starter set that's got all the basic rules and everything else, dice, everything that you need to start learning how to play. So there's tons of people getting into it, and they're having fantastic nights, a few drinks with their friends, get them around, play a game of D&D, that kind of thing. My wife has played it. I never have. I'm too busy, podcasting with you or watching football. But I do actually want to have a game of it because everyone who has played has told me how much fun they have. So I want to have a crack at it. You reckon you'd have a go?
Oh, maybe. Scott said there's some trailers that make you thirst for more. Then there are others trailers that make you wonder how this ever got greenlit.
Yes. We wonder that a lot about some of the stuff that we watch. I tell you what movie
Scott reckons this is one of those ones.
Really? Oh, really?
Helen just said fun. I'll be watching that.
Helen, you can come with us and watch it on the big screen. We can leave Paul at home, but
Reese said Thor looked good as well.
No, I wasn't even
the trailer with the goats pulling the. I kind of went.
That is something in the film that is flogged to death. The screaming goats.
Oh, really?
The whole way through. It's like it's funny the first couple of times. Then by the end of it, I'm just like, well, someone killed him. King goats, right? That's how much I hated that. Anyway, we watched a movie the other night on a whim. Actually, we watched a couple of movies, wife and I. Right? We finally got around to watching Morbius. I don't get the hate for it. I enjoyed it.
Is
for
it
what
good?
It was. I enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay.
Right? And I've had a number of customers go, "Have you watched Morbius yet?" And at this stage, we missed it at the cinema.
Yep.
I was like, "No, it's not available to rent on streaming services that yet." And then the wife last week goes, "I've got Morbius rented for tonight. We're going to watch it." I'm like,
Okay.
"Oh, sweet." Sat down. I don't think the darling Danielle enjoyed it as much as I did. For me, it was very kind of early 2000s, a bit Blade-like, vampire kind of thing.
Yes.
I enjoyed that. That's my kind of jam, right? So I got to the end of it and went, tick, tick. I enjoyed that. I thought,
Okay.
And I'm not a big Jared Leto fan.
Yes.
He did a great job as Michael Morbius, I thought.
And you thought the transition from him at the start being like
super
scrawly.
scrawny. This is a guy who, that wasn't digitally done. He was
But he's
skin
got a
and bone.
history of doing weird stuff
he's
like that.
a method actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you see him as Michael, like later on as Morbius, and he's buff. And you're like, holy shit, he did all that to film. Anyway, what's his name? Matt Smith as the bad guy in it. I thought was phenomenal. Look, really thoroughly enjoyed it. It's available to purchase or rent now on Apple TV. I think that's how we watched it. I thought it was worth it. It was cheaper than going to the cinema, and I enjoyed it for what it was.
Okay.
There's 2 mid-credit scenes, which are kind of cool, which have a cool guest appearance, which I think Sony's setting up a whole potential
multiverse
Sinister Six thing. Then we watched the other night, we also rented, because it's finally hit to be able to rent on streaming, is the new Fantastic Beasts movie. I missed that at the cinema, right? Where they've replaced Johnny Depp with Mads Mikkelsen.
Yes.
I didn't love it.
Really?
No, I didn't.
Holy shit! For you're a magic.
I'm a Harry Potter, fan. I like.
I was going to say tragic, but I know aficionado.
It's not that Mads Mikkelsen's bad. He actually plays a pretty good Grindelwald, but just overall, the whole film. And my wife pointed out to me too. She goes, "Where's the Fantastic Beasts? There's not an awful lot of the whole series is meant to be about Newt." Scamander.
And it's sort of
more about
diverting,
everyone
isn't it?
else. He's a bit player in a lot of this, you know what I mean? I do love, what's his name? Is it Dan Fogel?
Dan Fogel, yes.
I love him,
yes.
his character in all of the 3 movies thus far. I think he's, as Jacob, I think he's
the
just
Muggle?
been fantastic, as a Muggle. He is fantastic in it. But overall, I just was left very wanting with the new Fantastic Beasts. They call it the Crimes of Grindelwald. I think. No, was that the previous one? Or was this the Secrets of Dumbledore? This might be the Secrets.
No, Secrets of Dumbledore is the one coming, isn't it?
I can't remember because the wife said they should have switched the name around. It would have made more sense. Yep. But anyway, I just did not dig it. I'm kind of glad I didn't see it at the cinema because I would have felt a bit ripped off.
Really?
Right? But we watched that last Saturday night, and then to get the bad taste of it out of our mouth. Flicked on Netflix. And you're just scrolling like, nothing on. And I turned to Danny and I went, do you want to watch this? You know what grabbed me? It was an animated movie and it said from the team that brought you Moana and Big Hero 6. I went, I enjoyed both those movies.
Okay.
This is weird. It's not a Disney or Pixar film.
Okay.
It's done originally for Netflix. It's called Sea Beast.
Okay.
Right? Sea Beasts. Carl Urban is the main voice actor in it. There's a whole ton of other people, Dan Stevens, all that kind of stuff, doing voice acting in it. Holy shit. We got to the end of that movie and turned to each other and went, that was phenomenal.
Cool.
And even the next morning, I even said to Danny the next morning, I said, geez, I really loved that movie last night. She was the same. She goes, that was such a surprise hit.
That's cool.
It's just one of those animated films where you just go, and the animation in it is stunning.
Yeah.
It's, phenomenal. Look, do yourself a favour. It is...
Cool.
I'm doing a Molly Meldrum thing again. Do yourself a favour. Look, it's on Netflix. Sea Beast, phenomenal. Give it a watch. I loved it. Thought it was fantastic.
The incredibly hot girlfriend wanted to watch a horror movie.
Yeah, what'd you watch?
Oh, and you know that I'm not a big horror fan.
You're a big sook. What'd you watch?
The Black Phone.
I want to watch that.
Holy shit, man!
That's the Ethan Hawke one.
Whoa.
It's
good.
Yeah?
And it's based in the 70s.
Tick, tick.
So there's no mobile phones.
I love it. Old school horror.
And it's a bit psychological as well.
Yeah?
And
sucked you in?
Yeah? And Ethan Hawke is a bad guy.
I'm there. Is Mel watching? Is Mel watching this? If Mel's watching, comment, Mel. Did he jump? Did he or anything?
An Ixnay on the comments. Say.
Tell us, Mel, if she's watching. Any other comments there from folks?
The guys were talking a bit about Mobius. Scott said this is an excellent mid-2000s Marvel movie.
Yes.
Just like Blade, like you were saying.
Yeah, I enjoyed it for what it was. Morbius, I thought it was quite good.
Scott said, I have no faith in Craven.
Oh, they've announced that, haven't they? They're doing Craven the Hunter, and they're doing a Madam Web film and all that.
Yeah.
Looks same, but you know what? It could be good. We might end up coming out and we watch it and go, holy dooly, that's fantastic. So just wait and see.
Scott then went on to say that they probably will make Venom the greatest game on earth.
Okay. Look, I've enjoyed the 2 Venom movies for what they were as well. I've enjoyed the Sony stuff more than I've enjoyed the last.
Because you really didn't enjoy the last.
I didn't like Thor, Doctor Strange. I was a bit.
The last Spider-Man you didn't enjoy.
No, the last Spider-Man I did. Yeah, Far From Home.
Or was it the one from Bull? Yeah.
I ended up having to go and rewatch it, and I enjoyed it after I rewatched it.
Really?
And then the last one, that No Way Home, was phenomenal.
Oh, okay.
I did not enjoy.
You didn't enjoy Far From Home originally when you saw it.
No, I tried to watch it on a plane. Couldn't get into it.
That'd be the reason why.
And then I ended up watching it. We watched it a couple of weeks before we saw No Way Home at the end of last year, and I was like, completely different headspace, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, I haven't enjoyed Eternals. I haven't enjoyed Doctor Strange. Didn't enjoy Thor. Hated Thor, to be honest with you. It's not that I didn't enjoy it. I just hated it.
Just didn't hit.
Shit. I enjoyed Moon Knight for what it was, the series.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Hawkeye, the series, immensely.
You reckon that's your pick of the lot?
It's my
to be
pick
honest.
out of the lot. We watched Ms. Marvel. I just don't get the point of it. I just don't. Yeah, and it was one of the worst for viewership. It was the most highly critically rated series for Disney Plus, but it was the lowest viewership for a Disney Plus Marvel series.
Wow.
Yeah. Didn't even hit 1 million. 700,000
What?
or something. Yeah.
Wow.
In the initial episode, within the first week or something like that, people were saying, it came out, it was also streamed the same night as Obi-Wan Kenobi and everything. So?
It would have found an audience if there was an audience out there.
Do people not watch 2 shows a night?
No.
We did. We watched Obi-Wan, then we watched friggin' Ms. Marvel. And so I don't get that argument. I was like, no, that's bullshit. So, but anyway, yeah, that's where I'm at with TV at the moment.
Taking a complete turn to something completely different, along with the San Diego Comic-Con action figures that was released, announcements, there is a guy that makes custom action figures who's gone, you know what? Everyone's got multiverse.
Yeah.
How about I take multiverse to casting for movies that didn't quite happen?
Ooh.
So he's done. Remember when Ghostbusters was originally written for Dan Aykroyd, John Belushi, and Eddie Murphy? He's made an Eddie Murphy action figure as Winston.
That is kind of cool.
Isn't it cool?
I like that.
And he's actually going to release a small run. It's from a company called Lightning Bolts.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
That's pretty funky.
That's pretty cool.
I'd actually add that to my collection.
Yeah.
Are they going to do a John Belushi one?
Well, it'd be interesting if they did.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
I'd like to see that.
I thought that'd be cool. The announcement's coming out of Australia this week of a completely different. They're calling it a precinct, but let's just call it a land.
Oh,
now there's a theme park in
within
Queensland.
driving distance of us, about an hour and a half away.
We used to love this theme park as kids.
We've talked our Geeky award-winning episode that we won at the Geeky Awards in
was
LA.
all about
right. Where Geek Speak won that award was an podcast episode where we talked about and reminisced about what we loved so much about this particular theme park. I'm going to name the theme park Warner Brothers Movie World.
Yes, Hollywood on the Gold Coast.
And it used to be amazing in the day, and it went shit.
Remember the Young Einstein experience?
Oh, Gremlins ride.
The Looney Tunes ride.
It's gone. It's all demolished now.
It's all gone.
So, in the last couple of weeks, they have ripped out, it used to be the Lethal Weapon ride.
Yes.
And then it became the Arkham Asylum ride. So they've gutted that whole area, right? And then they made the announcement, Ginge.
Yes, this week.
Of what is replacing all that.
Wizard of Oz Land.
What?
And there's going to be roller coasters.
There's 2 rides announced to start with.
Yeah, it's like a suspended roller coaster. So on the right-hand side, you see that it kind of looks like the Lethal Weapon because it's held up by the above. And then there's another roller coaster, which is going to be a roller coaster where, I guess it's kind of like the Cars ride in America, where you start off at the same time. But so this is going to be a roller coaster.
2 tracks
sort of
kind of swerving and
oh, look, we're beating you. No, we're beating you.
Yeah, like a family race, they call it, or something like that. And there's the whole precinct is going to be Wizard of Oz themed. Yeah. So look, I'm actually kind of keen. I think they needed to do something down there. And have you got a clip there?
We got a clip where the CEO of Movie World is talking about what's happening.
We're really thrilled today to be standing here to announce a brand new precinct coming here to Warner Brothers Movie World, the Wizard of Oz. This is going to be the first Wizard of Oz precinct anywhere in the world, immersive theming, 2 brand new rides, a family suspended coaster, and also a dueling family boomerang racer.
Across Australia, everyone can click their heels 3 times and know there's no place like the Gold Coast.
We are bringing the movies back to Movie World in this all-new precinct.
That line right there.
That ending line that he said.
We are bringing the movies back to Movie World. That fills me with hope.
Yes.
That fills me with hope because...
Hey, Bridget! I missed you guys. Missed you too.
Missed you too, Bridget. That fills me with hope because we've said for a couple of years that what Movie World was missing was the movie aspect of it.
Movie World was removing the IP, the property names.
So they went from the Police Academy stunt show to the what was it
the supercars-esque stunt show.
They lost the Wild Wild West.
It's just now
went
the West Falls.
Was it the Western Falls or whatever it was? They took away all the movie theming for it.
Yes.
They have gutted a lot of rides. They actually have a DC theme. And I found out why. It's cheaper for the whole DC-themed comics rides than it is to pay for movie content stuff. So that's why they doubled down. That's why they changed the Batman ride to a comic-themed ride.
Yes.
Right? The Justice League.
Because we're using the Batman, the comic, as inspiration, not Batman, the movie. Yeah.
That's why they ditched the Even Scooby-Doo's changed. Scooby-Doo's more based on the animation now, not the movie.
Because they have changed it,
They've tweaked it as well. So that's why they've gone that way. Because apparently to get the DC Comics license to use all that stuff is a lot cheaper than buying the IP, paying for the licensing rights, for the movie side of things.
And then when we were all wondering, well, why are they using the IP of a movie that came out 100 years ago, essentially?
Well, it's in the public domain now.
The books are in the public domain, yeah. So they might not actually be doing the movie, they're doing the Wizard of Oz books, like the comics.
And I've read some of them as a kid, and they were freaky books, right? Frank L. Baum was a twisted man. I enjoyed a lot of that, but you got like Jack Pumpkinhead and the Sawhorse and all that kind of stuff.
Well, we've seen Return to Oz.
And
Holy
all that kind of stuff.
moly.
So there's a lot they can tap into with that universe, the whole Wizard of Oz universe. It doesn't have to be actually the movie side of stuff, but I'm glad that it seems like they are bringing back that classic take on it. So, but look, anyway, that's opening. When do they say? Next year or 2022?
2 years away.
I guess it takes a while to build a theme park area and everything else. The other thing we just saw tonight as well, Melbourne is getting a Monopoly themed theme park. Built in Melbourne, so it's all going to be based on Monopoly.
I'm sorry for my lack of enthusiasm. It was almost like, so?
You know what? It'll never be a happy family trip to that theme park because you play Monopoly with the family, it never ends well.
And then I was told that the new version, you actually get credit cards.
Yeah,
and you just put them in a machine. No, hang on, give me money. I want the money.
Yeah, because when someone used to go and reach and get a piece of pizza or something like that.
Yeah, you'd steal
$100 out of their thing.
Yep.
Or was that only me that did that? Troy and Ken, if you're watching, I never did that. Swear. Quickly, I want to talk about a couple of comic books before we finish the show up tonight. We're talking about the best aspect of the Thor movie was Gore the God Butcher, right? Marvel have come out and they've actually done the saga of Gore the God Butcher. God, say that 10 times fast. I dare you. Anyway, this collects Thor God of Thunder 1 to 11. This is the main Gore story arc. And they've done it as a fresh new collected edition. They're written by Jason Aaron with art by Asad Ribic. This thing is phenomenal. Can I actually? Will you see that?
No. You're going to come back to light.
It's too dark. It's amazing artwork in there. It's the only issue with our new lighting. You can't really get a good look at the comic art. Anyway, that is a bit of a brand new pick that just came in. That is fantastic. If you want to read more and find out more about Gore the God Butcher.
I was going to say something bad. Should I really say it?
What? Say
it. That book's really thick. That's really thick, man.
That is. Is the book thick, or is the guy holding it?
Are we going to say...
no, thick as some.
That's what she said.
Stop it. Also, Spawn Aftermath just got released this week. This collects issues 302 to 307 of the more recent Spawn stuff. This is fantastic. You should see the artwork inside of this. If you love Spawn or you're interested in Spawn, go and pick this book up. McFarlane is bringing out a whole batch more of these kind of graphic novels now, collecting the more recent books.
Okay.
So he's got King Spawn Volume 1's out. We've got that in stock. I'm pointing over behind Ginge. That's where it's located. King Spawn Volume 1 is out at the moment as well, plus Spawn Aftermath. And then this brand new bad boy came out this week, Hulk Volume 1. This is the Donny Cates Hulk run. It's called Smashtronaut. Say that 10 times.
Because he's an astronaut and he's the Hulk because he's smashing. Yeah.
Smashtronaut, Ginge.
Smashtronaut.
Donny Cates wins the no prize.
You smarty pants.
It's also Ryan Otley on the artwork. This is the guy who did that run with on Spider-Man with Nick Spencer. So his artwork is phenomenal. Got a really awesome style. He's also the guy who did Invincible, the comic Invincible.
Ooh.
That's Ryan Otley. So he's the artist on this one here. Hulk Volume 1. From Marvel Comics, Smashtronaut, that is now available. Cool. Another little bit of Marvel news, just quickly, in the next previews you're going to see it. Dan Slott is returning to write a Spider-Man comic. It's just called Spider-Man. And Mark Bagley, legendary artist, is on the art for that one. It'll be in the next previews that's coming out as well. I'm out. I'm spent. Anything else you want to talk about?
Helen just said, no, Paul Clyden.
Helen, do you need us to phone the police or anything?
Is this about... Monopoly?
Yeah, does Paul cheat at Monopoly?
And
he seems to be the kind of guy who would take it very seriously.
And Mel commented saying that I was very brave watching the Black Phone.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah? Did he pay you to say that, Mel?
No, it's on YouTube. She commented via YouTube.
Oh, did she? Okay, and it's on there, yeah.
Yeah. Did you want me to... Helen, Monopoly.
Yeah. I gather Paul would be the kind of guy who would be very... very serious about his Monopoly games. He strikes me out. Paul, are you still watching? Are you very serious? Do you make the kids, like, even after the game's finished, are they still going to pay you rent for the Monopoly properties?
Paul Clyden, I don't cheat, just negotiate very well.
I love it, Paul. 2 thumbs up, sir. 2 thumbs up.
Helen said, very, very, very competitive.
I feel sorry for your kids, Paul, playing Monopoly with you.
Oh, God. Oh, God.
You got anything else you want to talk about?
Just quickly, while we're talking about the action figures that were coming out of San Diego Comic-Con, the Power Mobile, Supermobile.
God, Jen.
Todd McFarlane's bringing out action figure vehicles from the old Superpowers, Super Friends.
He's bringing out a range of figures as well.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. Now, he's bringing out the Supermobile, Superman's action figure.
Yep.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at those 2 fantastic metal fists.
Robotic arms. Yeah. And Darkseid got hit.
How cool is that?
Can I just ask?
Yep.
Why does Superman need a spaceship?
Or
a jet?
I don't.
He can fly, right?
Yeah, look, in older comics, he used to have like a rebreather on. And
in outer space. In outer space.
But then in certain, like, later comics and stuff, that all went. Like, Superman can do anything in space. So, it's a throwback to the 70s and the 80s. And you know what? I think it'll be kind of cool. I'll probably end up buying one.
Bridget said, my brothers kept bumping the table playing Monopoly. Never a finished full game. Yeah.
Bumping or flipping tables? Did you ever play it much in your house?
No.
No? We used to.
Well, I used to play Guess Who?
Yeah?
With the flipping...
Is that because your parents used to lock you outside and you just run around on the ground? Guess Who? And then Dad would just pull the blind down.
Have I got brown hair? No. Flick, 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 flick.
Was there ever any gingers?
Yes.
There was red heads in it. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you male? Click, click, click. You wouldn't be able to play that now, would you?
No. I wonder what happens with that. You'd have to have a whole other set of rules for it now. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go there. Right, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, we spoke about this movie coming out in the not too distant future.
Did we?
About how you went... I've lost my enthusiasm for this director.
Mm-hmm.
I used to love this guy growing up, but now I think he's gone.
Who did I mention?
And he's going from the well too many times.
Oh! Ages ago, when he announced this, I said, I'm done with Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Right? So why is this guy doing Clerks 3? Clerks 2 was the perfect ending.
It was the pinnacle. It resonated with you. You're like, yeah, I could see myself in those characters.
Yes, you and I, actually.
And you went, no, he doesn't have to do it any again, because that's where it should have ended off. Now that you're a little bit older...
Actually, you know what? I was only talking to Danielle about this the other day. We saw it about a week before we headed on our first international trip to America, right? So 2006, when Clerks 2 came out. You and I went and saw it.
I laughed until I peed.
We had a fantastic time. It was great. A week later, we got on a plane. We head to LA. We go and visit Kevin Smith's store in LA.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Where we got to meet Bri.
Yes.
We got to meet Jason Mewes.
We did.
Right? Had photos with both of them. We bought some cool merch.
Yes.
We get over there. There's a ton of Clerks 2 merch we were buying. And we said to them, we only just watched this movie last week. And they're like, what the fuck? It's been out for like 5 months. Australia was still delayed getting it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right? So
you had to wait for it to come out in the cinema.
Yeah, we did. But we got over there and we were still on a high after that. And I said to Danielle the other night, I said, Clerks 2, it was part of that as well. You know, that first trip to America, you and I, we were turning 25 over there. We had a great friggin' trip. And then, when he announced Clerks 3, I'm like, no.
I don't understand why.
Why? And then the trailer dropped the other morning, and I actually saw it before you.
Yeah.
I messaged you and went, here's the link to the trailer. Have you watched it yet? Because I was up early for some reason. You were probably snoring.
I was.
I bet you were just laying in bed, dreaming wistfully, and then I woke you up going, what's this trailer? Literally, I was there shaking you, and Mel's like, Todd, what are you doing in here?
You rolled over and went, dude, wait.
Anyway, I completely changed my tune.
I think it's because
we're
now older, and we see our lives and ourselves in these characters now that they're older.
And it's a little bit sad.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, we're going to play the trailer. Clerks 3, Kevin Smith, you've done it to me again, you bastard.
I love you. I love you.
That's how we did it in the 90s, son!
Can't catch my breath, man.
Really? Should I try mouth stuff?
What is this, a Tinder date? Get off of me. Oh, shit.
Mr. Dante!
I need an ambulance at the quick stop.
Saved my life, man. Wish I had a life worth saving.
What are you talking about?
Sit around and watch the same movies over and over.
I always thought you could have made a cool movie.
You're right. I'm living on borrowed time. No more watching movies.
I'm gonna make a movie!
What's the movie gonna be about?
It's about him working here.
Meta.
Everything in the script is something either me or someone I know said.
I'm not even supposed to be here today. Maybe Jay and Silent Bob could be characters.
Jay and Silent Bob are like C-3PO and R2-D2. They've been here since the first movie, which was the last time they were cool. But they've been with the franchise so long, they still give them cameos and put them on the lunchboxes.
Snifty Booches! Please tell me why.
I believe in you.
You put in that stuff you used to say about the Death Star contractors.
Get sued by Disney? No way.
Now that's what I call acting!
Take off your pants!
What the hell is this?
I added a scene where you get shot.
I'm not letting you kill me off in the third act. What if there's a sequel?
A sequel? What am I, a hack?
I think it needs more weed.
I mean, what can I say? You know what? We literally, before the show, we were playing some tunes. I said to Lunchbox here, I said, I have been really nostalgic lately. I've been craving the 90s.
Yeah.
And the early 2000s.
90s music, movies,
stuff
TV.
like that. This hit me in the heartstrings. This actually made me go, because it harkens back. It harkens back to Clerks, Mallrats, you know, Chasing Amy, stuff like that. And I'm like, I miss those times. And for me, he said, I think that's what he's done. He's tapped into nostalgia with this. Yeah. And at first I railed against it. Now I'm like, oh, Kevin Smith, you glorious bastard.
And also that whole thing of getting older and what's my legacy kind of thing.
Yeah. So I'm there. He turned me around. This trailer has just flipped it for me, and I'm like, I'm there. I'm in, Ginge. We're going to go and see. I don't know whether it's... He's doing that thing like he did with the last movie, where he's touring it around. It's not really in cinemas. It's in small... It is in cinemas... But he books a cinema out and does a Q&A. Yep. You book tickets, you go and see it, stuff like that. Now
it's like a roadshow. It goes from town to town,
city to city. Which he's not, as far as I know, there's no plans to do it over here. No. I'm assuming it'll stream in Australia.
Yeah, I imagine there'll be like a small run. You know, because Lionsgate of the production, it
kind of sucks because I remember at the South Bank Cinema, the one there.
Yep.
They did Tusk.
We went and watched Tusk on the big screen.
We did. So I was hoping maybe they'd do something similar for this. Maybe they'll get a limited release. Otherwise, we may have to get hold of it via nefarious means. And then I'll just I'll send Kev a $20 note, Australian $20. Hey, Kev!
Come on, Kev. We've spent a lot of money on you.
No, bro. Well, I'll send him a $20 note and say, Kev, you didn't bring it out to Australia. Here's $20. I watched it some other way. So there you go. Anyone? Any comments?
Scott said that's how I felt about Jackass Forever, Todd. Very nostalgic.
Yeah. Lately I've really been hitting that nostalgia thing, and I've been listening a lot more '90s music, early 2000s. I've been craving watching some of those movies from back then. I was even going to suggest catching up soon, you and I, and doing a friggin' Mallrats and stuff like that, like a night of stuff, you know? Maybe we should do something, Danny. Maybe we should get a screen in here and put Mallrats onto a pizza party or something.
Just do an old school, old school pizza party.
One movie, just go, we're doing Mallrats here and let's just do something like that. So,
that'd be cool.
We'll look at that.
Paul said, when are you guys making a movie?
We made lots of little movies, Paul.
Yeah. If you put them all together... Do we have to make another little one, or you want us to make another an original big one?
We don't have enough oomph in us to make a big one.
I made a big one years ago, and it nearly killed me.
Yeah,
I got real sick.
Yeah,
yeah.
That's because I poisoned you.
Because
I wasn't in it.
Well, Reese just you guys should watch the Goonies. No.
Yes, Reese.
No.
Yes. I tell you what, how long that's... Holy shit.
Sorry, we've gone over the hour.
We've gone over an hour. So I hope you guys have had, you folks at home, guys and girls, I should say. I don't want to be seen as being sexist or anything.
Yeah.
I hope you've all had a blast. I hope... we're going to do this. We are going to try and do it. It's not going to be every week. We're aiming for once a month. It might be once every 5 weeks. We are going to get back into it. There has been a lot on. We've both had a lot on.
Yeah.
My darling girl's been very sick lately and stuff like that. So
Well, we've not told anyone that I quit my job.
he quit his job. You're working for a group in Brisbane now, but working from home up here.
Yeah.
You've become one of them who it's business up top, but you've got no pants on below.
Exactly. Just like when we're on this show.
Because I FaceTimed him the other day and made the mistake. He stood up to get something. I went, James, put pants on!
Yeah, I am now no longer part of the media.
News.
I am not the media.
Well, you are. We're doing this. This is
Well,
part of the media, but you're not part of the news media.
Yes.
Yeah, no, well done.
So I'm not part of the fake news anymore.
No.
This is real news.
This is the news you need.
Exactly.
Geeky news.
Wouldn't you prefer to wake up to this?
Are you pointing at me?
Wouldn't
you like to wake up with this?
Wouldn't you prefer to get your information from this? People at home are going, no. It'd be a nightmare if I wake up next to...
So we have had a lot on. We are trying to get back into a bit of a routine. So we're going to we'll try once a month, because that way we've built up enough stuff to talk about as well, without grasping at straws each week. And by the way, the Cowboys are doing really good, but we've only got so many more weeks of the regular season left to go.
Paul reckons we should make a feature film.
I don't know, Paul. I don't think we've got to do this, mate. But we will we are talking about doing some more shorts, aren't we? Short films, that kind of stuff.
Bridget, I was thinking that film reminded me of Bill and Ted. The Bill and Ted, the most recent movie, because I enjoyed that.
I haven't watched it, so I can't.
I really enjoyed that.
Can't compare on that one. But you know what? We're also thinking about doing some cool little stuff for Kaboom. Home of Geek Speak Live, www.kaboomcomicsaustralia.com, your local comic shop. Also located here, of course, in lovely downtown Toowoomba City. And that's where we film this show that you're watching right now. Make sure you support your local comic book store. Head along, buy some cool stuff. If you're a box subscriber and you're tuning in tonight, make sure you do clear out your box regularly and support your local comic book store. There you go.
And thanks very much for tuning in once again.
Thank you.
After all this time.
Hope you've enjoyed yourselves tonight.
Hi, Laura. Looking forward to the next one. Thanks.
Sweet. Folks, we're going to leave you there. There will be, if we find anything cool, any extra thing cool out of San Diego in the next week or over the weekend, we will share them on the Geek Speak page. Also, probably some, I'll try and do some updates on the Kaboom page with comic updates. But yeah, definitely check Geek Speak. We'll put some news up there out of San Diego Comic Con. Dun, 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 dun. Hey.
And what do you think of the blue? I think it works.
He's really proud of it.
How was your experience watching on your device tonight?
Did you wear pants?
Let us know whether it was glitching.
He's not wearing pants.
Look,
don't. God's sake, we'll get pinged.
It was very cream.
Ladies and gentlemen, my co-hostess with the mostest.
Wait, comes from the pots and pans. Thanks for tuning in.
It's a pleasure, sir, to podcast
Thank
with you
you,
again
sir.
tonight. I've been your host, Todd Bailey. You've been watching Geek Speak Live, and make sure you stay geeky out there. Have an awesome weekend, folks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.